Film review, Kasbi, directed by Farah Jabir. Reviewed by Navid. Nikkhah Azad. In Kasbi, directed by Farah Jabir, we see the story of Maryam, a middle-aged Pakistani woman who, after years of internal struggle with her sexual identity, decides to embark on a journey of self-discovery. She steps into this unknown path to unearth and confront the self she has long suppressed, aiming for either acceptance or rejection. This is the greatest challenge Maryam has chosen to face because she must shed the societal and familial constraints, and the self-image imposed by society, to allow her true self to breathe. Kasbi premiered in the short film competition section of the prestigious Tribeca festival on June 6, 2024. In Kasbi, everything has two facets, the one that is visible and the one that is hidden, the part we express and the part we suppress. This duality serves as a motif throughout the film, reflected in how the characters reveal themselves and how the story unfolds. This duality is even evident in the film's title, Kasbi. In Urdu, Kasbi means prostitute, and the director uses this term in a layered and symbolic way. At first glance, one might think the title refers to Maryam's meeting with a sex worker. However, the title hints at a deeper commentary on women who only accept a superficial level of themselves or the basic image that society has imposed on them. The most basic image one can have of a woman is her body, or in the context of the traditional values imposed on Maryam by society, she has robotically accepted her role and sexual identity as expected. Perhaps women who conform to society's simplistic and superficial definition of them accept themselves as a Kasbi and do not go beyond this definition. Another interpretation of the film's title could be the fear of judgment, suggesting that if a woman finds a sexual identity that conflicts with societal norms, she might be labeled a Kasbi. Farah Jabir, the writer and director of this short film, urges her audience to embark on this journey of exploration, to find their true sexual identity without fear, to discard the imposed image society has offered, and replace it with a true self-image. The film begins in the depth of night, a time when darkness is all-encompassing, and for Maryam, who has hidden her same-sex desires in the night of her inner self for years, it is the best time for self-exploration, while society and its inhabitants are asleep. Night also has the characteristic of secrecy. Although Maryam travels to another city, away from familiar surroundings and people, to explore her sexual identity, she chooses the night to keep her secret. Farah Jabir's screenplay is clever and insightful, paying special attention to details. She delicately handles the sensitive topic of a Muslim woman's sexual identity, using symbolism and metaphor throughout the film. Consider the opening scene. We see the road from Maryam's point of view while hearing her conversation with her husband, who asks if she is still at her father's or has left. The husband and father symbolize oversight and control in the film. This suggests Maryam comes from a patriarchal society where the presence of traditional men influences women's lives, steering them away from living their true selves. This subtle portrayal can be found in other scenes of the film as well. Farah Jabir knows her main character well and is aware of the anxiety, fear of judgment, and feeling of insecurity that Maryam, representing all women struggling with their sexual identity in an Islamic society, carries within her. She primarily sets her story in a motel room, where the character can explore her sexual identity in a safe space, away from the fear and intimidation of male characters, representing societal dominance. The meeting between Maryam and Aisha is a conversation between a conservative generation, mothers, and a less conservative generation, daughters. The most important feature of this dialogue is that it is unmasked, allowing both women to express their beliefs without self-censorship. Achieving freedom is one of the themes the director explores in the conversation between Maryam and Aisha. The director portrays Maryam as imprisoned by the beliefs and incorrect notions of past generations and self-censorship against the imposed and traditional societal view. Maryam fears judgment from others, is hard on herself, and self-critical, still entangled with the right and wrong dictated by society and family. In a poignant scene, Maryam confronts herself in a mirror, saying, "All my life, I feared what they would say." In the room with Aisha, away from others' judgment, Maryam explores her sexual identity and breaks the taboo she has built within herself about this matter. The film's final scene also takes place at night. Maryam has risen before the sun does, symbolizing an inner rebirth in Farah Jabir's film. As Maryam drives back home, it is clear from her face that there is no sign of doubt or fear. Her expression is powerful, and her skin seems alive and fresh.